Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. So today's video is going to be a specific actor's collection video, I suppose, of what I've got. It's not a very big collection, but today I'm going to be showing you off my Sam Rockwell collection, who is an actor I have grown to really love. I just think he's a very charismatic actor. He has a huge range. He's just a great actor. So I'm showing you all of the films I own in my filmography, in his filmography rather, in my collection. So if there are any gaps that you think I'm missing, please let me know, because I would love to add more to the collection. So I'm going to go in date order of when they came out. So first up, from 1999, a long time ago, one of his first big breakout film roles, The Green Mile, one of my favourite films ever, and he plays a fantastic character in this, a vile character really. I can't remember the name of his character, but he's vile. He's one of the prisoners on death row, with obviously Michael Clark Duncan's John Coffey. And yeah, Sam Rockwell is vile in this, just horrible to everyone. I don't want to tell you what happens, because watch the film if you've not seen it. But the film, outside of Sam Rockwell, is basically about a prison guard played by Tom Hanks, and he sort of forms a bond with one of the prisoners, John Coffey, played by Michael Clark Duncan, who has been convicted of murdering two young girls, but he behaves like a child, for lack of a better explanation. But he has this sort of gift of healing things around him, and he kind of wins over all of the prison guards over time, and it's really a beautiful film. Also scary, brutal in parts, hard to watch. It makes you feel a lot of things, but it's a fantastic film, and I'm very happy I've got this nice box, which I have shown off before, and because I've not got loads to show, I will show it off again. You get the 4K, which also comes with the Blu-ray, which is nice to know. You then also get this lovely, thick, glossy booklet, which has information about the actors and about the making of the film, that sort of thing. And then in this box you get a poster, which I'm not going to do out because that would be awkward to get back in, and you get some lovely art cards as well, and this set me back 30 quid, I think I want to say, which is pretty good for this set, I thought. But yeah, The Green Mile is definitely one to watch. He's not got a huge part in it, but his part's very memorable because of how sadistic his character is. And yet, generally speaking, it is a fantastic film. So let me put this away. A lovely hard box as well, which I love. The Green Mile. Next up, we have Confessions of a Dangerous Mind from 2002. Directed by George Clooney in his first directorial effort. He also has a very small part in this. You've also got Julia Roberts, who hasn't got a huge part, but this is Sam Rockwell's film. He is the main character. He plays Chuck Barris, who created loads of these really famous shows in America. But he's got a secret. He is drawn. He basically works for the CIA. He has to try and work out what is real and what isn't, that sort of thing. It's written by Charlie Kaufman, as I said, directed by George Clooney. A wild film this one is. Really good, interesting film though. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Next up we have, from 2005, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In this, Martin Freeman plays an everyday man who was whisked away into space by an alien played by Mos Def, and they meet Sam Rockwell's character, who I believe plays a prince that has run away, and they are joined by Zoe Deschanel, who had met Martin Freeman's character once before, and they kind of formed a connection. And you've also got this robot here, I can't remember his name, voiced by Alan Rickman, really great character, even though it's just a robot. Trying to look, who is that? That's John Malkovich, I think, yeah. You got Bill Nighy as well in this, Warwick Davis, who I think actually plays the robot, but Alan Rickman voices him. Really good film, really good. If you've seen the original series, this is a very similar sort of thing. This is the type of sci-fi I really enjoy. A bit of comedy in it as well, just out there. Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Sam Rockwell's just really funny in that one. Next up one, the only one in this pile that I haven't seen. Probably should get around to watching it, to be honest. And that is The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford. Did I get that right? Yes, I did. Very long title. Brad Pitt plays Jesse James in this, and I believe Casey Affleck plays Robert Ford, and Sam Rockwell, from what I gather, is one of the entourage of the gang, and it is, as you would expect, a story about Jesse James. That is all I know about it. One that is one I've wanted to watch, but because of the runtime at 160 minutes, it's kind of put me off a bit. But let me know if it's worth the watch. Next up, we have one that surprised me quite a bit, Moon, which is a film by Duncan Jones, son of David Bowie. And this again is Sam Rockwell in a leading role, where he plays a man on his own on the moon, in a sort of a station on the moon. And he is there to, I think, drill the moon, from what I remember. But there is a secret. He isn't the only one there. I won't tell you the secret because it's a bit of a twist. He's there with like a robot computer, Gertie, who's voiced by Kevin Spacey, and his mission is to stay on this station for, I believe, 3 years, and then he can go back down home to his wife and his daughter, I think. But there's a twist, and it's a fantastic twist. Brilliant film. Sam Rockwell really carries this film and just brings something more to it. Yeah, recommend that one for definite. Next up, one kind of an outlier in his filmography for me, I would say. Iron Man 2. Weird to see him in something like this, playing a completely different character. He plays Justin Hammer in this, head of Hammer Industries, I think it is. It's been a long time since I've seen this film, very long time, probably since it first came out, so I think this is actually the next one on my MCU rewatch list to watch, but I kind of stopped that a few years ago. I only got up to, I think I watched Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk, and then I stopped, so I do need to give this another watch. Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, remember that bit? I remember the racing scene, I do remember that vividly. But that's all that I can really remember from this film. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, her first appearance in the MCU, I remember that. Yeah, but I think Sam Rockwell plays another like goofy type of character in this. Bit of a wimpy character from what I remember, but yeah. Iron Man 2. Then we have Cowboys and Aliens, which is a decent sci-fi western film. You've got Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, and Olivia Wilde, and if memory serves me correctly, I'm just looking to check, who does Sam Rockwell play in this? I think he plays one of the members of Harrison Ford's gang. Could be wrong there. I know Paul Dano plays Harrison Ford's character's son, who gets kidnapped by the aliens, and then he has to team up with Daniel Craig to go and save his son. Jon Favreau directed this film. Actually, I believe he directed Iron Man 2 as well, didn't he? I'm pretty certain he did. Yeah, so 2 films back to back here with Sam Rockwell in that Jon Favreau did. And yeah, decent sci-fi film this one is. Not the best, but it's decent. Then we have The Sitter with Jonah Hill, about a babysitter who's a bit of a slacker. And he watches his neighbour's kids, but he gets like a call from his girlfriend who's in the city, and she wants to hook up with him. So he has to drag the 3 kids along for the ride to try and get to her. And along the way, they meet some characters, one of which is a drug lord played by Sam Rockwell, who is hilarious from what I remember. Yeah, I remember this being quite a fun film. It's only a short film, an hour and a half. But yeah, I remember really enjoying this one. Then we have Seven Psychopaths, Martin McDonagh. All of his films are top films for me. Whether it be In Bruges, which is just bloody hilarious. I know you shouldn't laugh, but the scene with the fat people, it just cracks me up every time. It is just absolutely hilarious, and it shouldn't be. It's just, and this is a great film about a writer who's struggling, and he dreams up a screenplay that then sort of happens to him, and he comes across Sam Rockwell and Christopher Walken, who are his friends. And yeah, it's just a crazy story. They kidnap a dog who's owned by a gangster played by Woody Harrelson, who goes nuts. And yeah, it's just a nutty, off the walls comedy, and it's just a fun time, very fun time. Very underrated one here next, The Way Way Back, which I've mentioned quite a few times on my channel now. Just a really feel-good summer coming of age film about a young boy that is dragged on a family trip with his mum and her boyfriend, played by Toni Collette and Steve Carell. For a few months, they stay in like a house, summer house, and he meets a friend in Sam Rockwell, who plays a lifeguard at the local water park. And they share a bond, and he sort of becomes a father figure to this young boy. And yeah, it's just what you expect from a coming of age film. There's a lot of laughs, friendships, love, that sort of thing, and I really enjoy that one. One of my favourites of his. And this one is the one he won his Oscar for, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Brilliant, brilliant film this is. Frances McDormand won her Oscar, second Oscar for this one as well. Woody Harrelson nominated for an Oscar. Reuniting after Seven Psychopaths, very different films but same director. Yeah, again, as I say, Martin McDonagh, great film. He can do no wrong in my eyes. He's a great director. And Sam Rockwell gives probably his best performance in this film, which is why he won the Oscar. Just excellent, excellent film, that one. 2 left. We have Jojo Rabbit, a film about a young boy who is part of the Nazi youth, because that's what they were all. He was in Germany. And he kind of changes his views of the world when his mother takes in a young Jewish girl who hides in their attic. But the problem is his imaginary friend is none other than Adolf Hitler himself, played by Taika Waititi. In this, Sam Rockwell plays a general who kind of leads the young Nazi youth group, I suppose. Very funny, comical role for him in this. Very out there. Yeah, another really good Sam Rockwell performance there. And finally, you have Richard Jewell. True story about Richard Jewell, who was a security guard who helped save lives at the 1996 Olympic Park bombing in Atlanta. And the FBI hounded him for a long time and made him out to be the prime suspect, when in fact he didn't. He's just saved lives. And he lives with his mother, played brilliantly in this by Kathy Bates, and Sam Rockwell plays his lawyer in this. Originally, very different cast this was going to be. I think Clint Eastwood was still directing it, but originally DiCaprio played the lawyer, and Jonah Hill played Richard Jewell, or was cast, I should say. They never actually played them. I don't know how I would have felt about this. I think this is great casting, I think, personally. Sam Rockwell, another great performance. Paul Walter Hauser as Richard Jewell was excellent in this film, and yeah, really good film. Unfortunately, no English release, so this again is the German import, which was very cheap. But yeah, Richard Jewell. And that's it. That is all of the films in Sam Rockwell's filmography that I have in my collection. As I say, not a lot, but I thought I would talk about them because he is one of my favourite actors. Let me know if you like Sam Rockwell as well down below, what films I have missing in my collection that I can easily get that aren't too expensive, because I'd love to add some more. There is one which I believe in America is called Laggies. I can't remember what it's called here, but I have literally an hour ago rented it on Apple TV, so I will watch that at some point before it expires, obviously. Or did I? No, I didn't rent it. I bought it because it was cheap. It was like £2 on Apple TV, so I thought, why not give it a go? I've heard good things about it, so I'll let you know what I think about that one. But that is it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I get back to anyone that takes the scrap that, reverse it. Anyone that takes the time to leave me a comment, I really do appreciate it. And that's it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.